Hey, welcome back to the channel. Today I'm going to take a look at Here to Slay. It is a card game for 2 to 6 players, ages 10 and up. It takes about 30 to 60 minutes to play a game. It's an awesome little card game from the makers of Unstable Unicorns. So the setup, you first sort out all the cards. You've got a normal deck of cards, which will be your draw pile. You've got these monster cards. You'll shuffle them and deal the top 3. Each player will also receive a hero leader card, a party leader card. You can pick those however you choose to, but keep in mind that whoever picks their hero card last will go first during regular gameplay, and each hero has an ability that will be used throughout the game if they so choose. You deal 5 cards to each player, and then you're ready to start. So on your turn, you'll have 3 action points. You can do as many moves as you have points for, and here are the moves. For 1 action point, you can draw a card. You can play a hero item or magic from your hand, and I'll go over those types of cards in a second here. You can also roll for the effect of a card you have in play. We'll show you that. You can attack one of the monster cards, or for 3 points, you can discard your hand and draw 5 new cards. And as it says, if you have an empty hand, you can just draw 5 new cards. So here are the type of cards. There's a hero card, and when you play these, it takes 1 action point, and you can immediately do its effect. The way you do effects is you roll, and if it's greater or equal to the number shown, you get to do that ability. If it's less, then nothing happens. The card would still come into play. There's items. This one is cursed, but they're not all cursed. But the way you play items is you just place them under a card that's in play. If it's a cursed card, you place it under an opponent's card. There's magic items, which you can play, and they just take effect immediately. Imagine that's like a spell card in Magic the Gathering, basically. There's a modifier. When a dice is rolled, for either player, you can play a modifier, and you can choose to either add or subtract based on the numbers. And finally, there's a challenge, which is a card that you would not play during your turn. You play it during your opponent's turn to counter their move. And the way you slay monsters, you look at a monster, it will show requirements. I'll pull up a couple. Let's get a different example, actually. There, this is a good example. It'll show you requirements. An H means you have to have that many heroes in play, and a symbol means you need to have a hero with that symbol in play. So when you put heroes in play during your turn, they just go out in front of you. You'll want to have, I'll just grab a couple. You can have any number of heroes in play during the game, and you can use their abilities. And the way you win is by simply having all 6 types of heroes. There are 6 types, and your party leader will count as one of those types. You do that before your opponent, you win. The other way to win is by slaying 3 monsters. So when you slay a monster, during your turn, you would spend 2 action points to attack a monster. And if you can meet the requirements, which is the number of heroes in play, and roll the dice. Some of them will have a penalty. So like this one, if you roll both dice, if you roll an 8 or more, you do what it says, and you get the monster. And if you lose, something like that might happen. But when you slay a monster, they come into play by your heroes, and you draw a new monster there. The game ends if you have 3 heroes, or if you have all 6 types. There's no limit on the types of heroes you can have, or the number of heroes you can have. But that's all there is to it. You just take turns doing that. You go through your action points, you can draw cards, play cards. First one to reach one of those 2 goals wins the game. It's a really quick and simple game. I love it. This is more my type of game where you have a fixed goal to accomplish instead of getting to the end and adding up your points like some of the other games I've covered. But that will do it for this video. I'll be back soon with another, so until then, thanks for watching.